everyone.
Welcome to Live at 5. It is May the 24th. We have Ryan McPhee here doing the news.
Hi guys.
And a hugely, very fantastic special guest, Teal Wicks, who of course is playing Mary Barry in Finding Neverland. We love Neverland. Right, Ryan, you had an active morning.
Yeah, I woke up to some great news this morning.
Yes.
So Jake Gyllenhaal will play George in a one-night-only performance of Sunday in the Park with George, my favorite musical of all time, by the way. So this is a benefit for New York City Center. It's going to happen in October. This is the only casting we have so far. He's always doing these one-offs, and it's very frustrating.
Only. I mean, he's done Broadway. He did Constellations. He was amazing. His English accent was better than mine, quite frankly. It was his London accent. He sounds more London than me right now. And he was great. He was crazily good in that. But now he needs to come do a proper musical.
Yeah. So he did Little Shop last year, only for a few performances at City Center.
It's very annoying. Yeah. Anyway.
And now here's my theory.
Go on.
So Ellen Greene did Little Shop opposite Jake Gyllenhaal, the original Audrey.
Yeah.
So I think the original Dot should do Sunday in the Park with George with Jake Gyllenhaal. So Bernadette, if you're watching,
just so you can get
just call up City Center
into the Live 5. Honestly, right. Moving on.
Yeah.
I then got busy because Rebel Wilson, this is amazing, is going to be doing Guys and Dolls in the West End. She's playing Miss Adelaide, and it sounds crazy what they're doing with this casting over the summer. The West End is definitely the place to be. You've got Harry Potter going on, you've got Guys and Dolls going on, you've got all this amazing stuff going on at the National Theatre. So those of you living in the UK, get yourselves to London over the summer.
Season.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd love to see Rebel Wilson in Guys and Dolls. Doesn't Miss Adelaide? That person can develop a cold. This is interesting. Lena Hall is going to be joining Darren Criss on tour. She's going to be playing Yitzhak most of the time, and then sometimes playing Hedwig.
Yeah, so in the California engagements, so LA and San Fran, I believe, she's going to play Hedwig one performance a week.
Yeah.
So she's going to be the first person to play both roles at some points. So there was a female Hedwig briefly off-Broadway, but she's going to do it all, which is very exciting for her. We've seen her as Yitzhak in New York, but this is a whole new experience.
A whole new experience there. If you've not seen Cynthia Erivo's performance on Colbert yet, really, what have you been doing? But now you've got to watch us. But if you haven't yet, you must then go to the site and have a look. I mean, she's killing it. And I'm sorry, it's front runner Cynthia Erivo for the Tony this year. I saw Colour Purple again over the weekend. What an extraordinary performance she's giving. I mean, the whole cast.
She does that song. So she does the song out of context, just with the mics in. And even then, she's just giving everything she has. And you feel every possible emotion. Everybody
stands up like they do in the theatre. She was great. Now, talk to me through Allison Porter. Because she's a Broadway Allen, but she's on The Voice now, isn't she?
Right. So Allison Porter was on Broadway. She made her debut in the last revival of A Chorus Line. So now she's the finalist on The Voice, which I believe the finale is tonight where they announce the winner. And she did a lot of Broadway last night. So last night was like the preceding. They did the performances. Did they react
well to it? Because sometimes when they do Broadway on these shows, like the judges are all...
Yeah, and at this point it's the final four, so they're only going to have like great things to say. So she did Somewhere from West Side Story. And she sounded wonderful. It's
fabulous.
Great take on it.
Right, Hal Prince is going to helm Candide, the New York City Opera. We love Hal. So happy to see him around directing.
Return to the show for him.
Yeah.
He did 2 productions on Broadway previously.
So there we go. Jessie Tyler Ferguson, that's leading Odds and Ends today. Also Odds and Ends today, Jessie Tyler Ferguson was on Seth Meyers, talking about the fact that he's in the Lyceum Theatre and it has a roof. Of course, every time he's been doing theatre for the past 8 years, he's always done open air stuff. Hollywood Bowl and also obviously at the Delacorte. Shakespeare in the Park. Just whipping through some other news. Lin-Manuel Miranda got a Sardi's caricature today. There are photographs of that on the site.
He's wearing a The Visit t-shirt. Shout out to The Visit.
Theatre World Awards, something to do with Bernadette.
Yes, so I actually went last night.
This is our Bernadette Peters
correspondent. So the Theatre World Awards honor people who are making their Broadway or off-Broadway debuts and are giving exceptional performances. So they honor 6 men, 6 women. And it was great. They had people come up, say a few things about each of the winners, and they gave a speech. And then Bernadette was receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. She previously received it for her Broadway debut.
So it was incredible.
And I was sitting behind the podium.
So have you met Bernadette yet?
I have, not since working here though. We're working on that.
Okay, we're working on that. And also the Tony Beat episode 3 is up with lots of behind the scenes fun of Tony season.
Okay.
Right, bye Ryan.
Here. Bye Imogen, bye everyone.
Teal Wicks is here from Finding Neverland. Hi.
I love those
very glam.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for doing this.
I love hearing all the news. I'm excited about these things.
Through the news. Now, so you're in Finding Neverland at the moment.
I am.
And you're playing not a meanie, but
She's kind of
she is a bit mean.
She is.
Isn't she?
She is.
Is that fun, or does that get a bit wearing? Do you sometimes just want to be Laura Michelle Kelly with everybody like being nice?
Well, it's everything. I was scared because I've never really played a super meanie without some redemption at the end. I mean, Elphaba is kind of a meanie, but she's fully
I think
justified.
that might be controversial. I think putting it out there, Elphaba,
I don't know. You
the
guys
comments
decide.
are going, yeah.
But Mary Berry is kind of she's justified too, but she doesn't apologize
badly. He does behave badly. If you were my husband, I'd be a bit cross.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I really would be.
Yeah, but it's fun. But I was kind of worried in the beginning because I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's gonna like me at all. And I was like, maybe if I get boos at my curtain call, then I'll know I'm doing a good job. But nobody boos me, so you can boo me.
You can
boo me, and I will be so happy. I'll be like, I did it.
And your husband at the moment is Allphaba.
Yes.
And how's that going?
Fantastic.
Now you've had a few husbands. How many husbands have you now had?
I've
had
technically 4.
Yeah.
Matthew Morrison. We've had Tony Yazbek, we have Alfie Bowe, and then we have the fabulous Kevin Kern, who is basically our very standby, as well as covering all the other featured ensemble roles.
And I love Laura Michelle Kelly to bits, and I was talking to her the other day, and he's great, she was saying. So.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's so sweet. He's so funny. This is the first time he's ever said lines in a show. He always just sings through everything. So he's a really good actor, and he's really fun, and he's goofy.
That must help keep a long-running show fresh, because you've been in there basically since the beginning now, so that's over a year.
It's been over a year.
So actually, it must be good to change it up
fun.
every time you get a new husband. I mean, 4.
I know, 4. I mean, you know,
it's fun.
Yeah. They don't stick around long enough for me to hate them, really.
Do you have a favourite, or is that
favorite? I can't say that.
Can't say.
I love them all.
You know,
they all have their different things. They're all cute. That's all that matters.
And Laura Michelle Kelly. So did you start? I read that you like going to drink tea in her dressing room. Were you a tea drinker before, or did you need the Brit to come to Broadway to do that particular ritual?
Well, I always try to drink tea. I am a coffee fiend.
You're American, that's okay.
I know, I love it, and I'm an actor, and I'm just, I need to feel like, I love tea though, but I definitely, Laura Michelle has helped me kind of.
And do you have English breakfast tea with milk, or do you have like herbal teas?
I mostly like herbal teas.
Okay.
I sometimes do a green tea. And I don't really do milk in my tea.
No, science a Brit thing. I'm sorry. I know. You've also got Sally Ann Triplett, who we adore, who did Live at 5 recently.
Love her. I know, we have a British floor.
So
it's like there's 3 dressing rooms on the floor, and it's Alfie, Laura Michelle, and Sally Ann, and it's just fun. Sally Ann had a birthday, and she was like, we all do like a birthday celebration at half hour before the show, and then she was like, we have to do a dance party because that's what we do. It's our tradition, and so we had like UK flags everywhere. She had like a disco dance party at 5.
You can have your revenge on July 4. It's absolutely fine.
I love it.
But does it help having the Brits around? Because obviously you are all doing British accents. It's based in London. The show. I mean, it must be useful too.
It kind of is, or it's kind of scary because you're like, oh, I sound like.
Has anyone ever called you out on your accent and said, or made a little suggestion?
No,
or just obviously always perfect?
Not the Brits.
Not
but
the
it's
Brits.
funny. I did have an audition recently that I had to have a different British accent, like not so like RP and upright. And I was talking to Sally Ann and Laura Michelle about it, trying to get their help, and I was not good.
It's hard. Sally
hard.
actually could do. You could actually see Sally would know that.
She's good. Difficult. And we're always playing with like other accents, like funny American accents. She'll like go into her, I don't know, just different accents of, I don't know, she's fun.
So do you have any rituals to get you into show mode? Or especially with a long running show, do you have a sort of a routine to get you into character and forget about everything that's going on in the outside world?
Let's see. It kind of changes from show to show. With this show, because my singing is, I don't do a lot of singing, but all my heavy singing is like right at the top.
Though.
It does.
I mean,
it's okay. It's nice to sit back a little bit and just be like,
you can get away with,
But with Mary Berry, we have a very particular look that they wanted for her, and it's
all sit up straight right now, I think.
So I have...
Maybe you want to do that.
I have like a corset, I have a little breast enhancement, I have hip enhancements because they really wanted the hourglass. Basically, I say I like getting drag for the show for Mary Berry with my lashes and my makeup and my wig. So at about 15 Like at half hour I start getting ready, but about at 15 is when I start like putting on the Spanx and the fake hips and the corset, and like she really starts
get ready
to come
really
up.
quickly though. I mean, it is amazing because I'm always with
Yeah.
Sierra Boggess, who's a good friend of mine at the Winter Garden. And you say half hour, and everyone's still sort of lounging around a
Yeah.
half hour, and literally within 30 minutes,
Yeah.
it's
It
crazy.
yeah. Literally at places, the boys will be like on their rollers and their sweats just rolling out, and they're like, okay, yeah, I'll get up in a minute. I mean, and, you know,
Yeah.
they do, but it's crazy how fast people
You just
change,
have it down.
especially after a year.
Yeah, you can just do it.
And we have a really fun company, so we like to just hang out.
So therefore you play the grown up on stage, but do you get to be slightly childlike then off stage?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now you're working with children and animals.
Mm-hmm.
There must have been some fun on stage mishaps that you can reveal
Oh.
to our Live at Fivers.
Well, yes, actually, there's a great story with our wonderful dog, Jack. He's an adorable dog. He has his understudy is his sister, Jill. She's cute.
I love that. Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill, yeah. And they look very much alike. Jill's done one cross in our show. That's it. So she's... Anyways, but Jack, he's never been on stage before, so his first performance, when we first had an audience, we used to just have him try to run on stage to Matthew and then like chase him off stage. But Jack kind of got scared, and so gradually from show to show, he would start to walk on and kind of like look at the audience and kind of like look at Matthew, and he'd be like, come on, Porthos, come on, and he'd be like, oh, okay. And then the next show, he'd like walk on, kind of look around, and then walk off stage, back off where he came. And then the next show, he didn't even leave the wing. We were just he was like, Porthos, come on, boy, come on. And I'm like, yeah, you stay there. Don't even come. No.
It's fine.
And then we move on. So now he is brought on by a leash and taken off with a leash. Yeah, he's adorable.
He's adorable. I mean, he's
not
gorgeous,
good with
a
his
good
own
looking
cues.
dog. But I think that's good though. I mean, it keeps everybody sharp.
Yeah.
And, you know, no one in the audience is going to resent a dog
No.
messing up his lines or
Oh
his
my gosh,
entrance.
he gets the biggest applause.
Always.
I always get
Is that a bit
upset.
distressing, actually? You've been
Kind of.
singing your heart out,
I
doing
mean,
your whole thing.
He just
doesn't do
He's
anything.
on a leash. Basically, he goes on stage to get treats. Leaves stage to get treats. He's getting treats the whole time.
That would be nice. You'd like it to be nice for
I
humans.
mean, yeah, give me a
everybody.
treat.
Yeah.
Can
On
I get a
stage?
treat? On
I mean, can you
stage?
get a
Some
chocolate,
candy,
a drink?
chocolate,
I mean, I don't know, anything.
Some
you know.
real champagne, maybe? I don't know.
Now, you obviously played Elphaba
Yeah, I did.
on Broadway as well. You did the big one. I mean, that will still come up at stage door. I mean, when you leave stage door, I bet everybody obviously wants to know about Neverland, but I'm sure
Yeah,
and that stays with you forever, doesn't it?
it does, and it's and I'm really proud of it. I did it for a while, and if any of the Green Girls who've done it for a while, it's a beast of a role.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding, but when it's hard, it is so hard, and you like, how am I ever going to do anything else? And it can beat you down, and then you climb back up. But when you're sort of like, I conquered the role, and it's such a rewarding role in just the journey that she goes on every night in the show, and the fans are
Amazing.
fantastic, and people like girls, especially girls, because
Yeah.
it really touches girls. Everybody has their favorite Glinda or Elphaba, and a lot of times they'll say that I was their first and I was their favorite, and they watch me on YouTube and they love the way I did this and da 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 da, and it's kind of crazy that and because of YouTube and all
Yeah.
that stuff, like my performance,
Is
hopefully
there.
only the good ones, will live on forever, and it's just kind of crazy because I forget sometimes,
Yeah,
and
that it's
someone will say,
there.
I just watched your Defying Gravity. Whoa!
I As we all know, one is not supposed to record and put things on YouTube.
don't do that.
I mean, have you ever gone on a YouTube spiral and had a look, or do you just not want to know?
I did.
Because I mean,
I did a few years ago,
Yeah.
and now I don't do that
No,
anymore.
no, no,
but
no.
it's
hard.
horrible.
But also, I mean, playing Elphaba, is there a support network? I mean, was there anyone that you would say text who also had never played Elphaba, and you'd be going, I'm feeling like this today, or how on earth am I going to get through the end of the first act? I mean, was there any support? Was it Elphaba Club?
There kind of is an Elphaba Club. Luckily, I learned, when I first learned the show, I joined the Los Angeles company and I was going to be the standby, and Casey Levy was the standby, and she was taking over for Eden Espinoza. So I watched Eden do the show, and then I was Casey's standby, and so they are two incredibly cool, fantastic chicks, and they were really, really supportive, and anytime I would run into them, if I was still doing Elphaba, like we were just like, you got this, girl. And I remember they gave me so much advice on how to get through the show and little tricks to do to survive certain songs, and then just seeing them also just live their lives and have a life after Elphaba and all that stuff. You're kind of like, all right, okay, we can do this. There is life after Elphaba.
Talking about sort of life moving forward, I mean, do you have any dream roles that you'd absolutely love to play?
Oh my goodness. Oh, on the news, I want to be Dot in Sunday in the Park with George.
There we go.
Hey, Jake.
Hey,
I
think next time opposite Jake would be a good thing.
I can do it.
You know.
I'm working on my British accent, you know. I won't do it like this, but I'll do it better.
I'm sure Jake could school you. Jake could school you anyway because it was an extraordinary British accent.
Yeah.
So you'd like to play Dot or something else?
Dot, I don't think this will happen, but you know, on the Hamilton craze.
On the Hamilton.
I want to be Angelica. She's awesome.
She is awesome.
She is awesome. I don't think I can rap like that because I don't rap. I'm kind of
goals.
Yeah, but that her moment. What's that song? What's that song called? Satisfied. Whatever. Everybody's gonna know what it is, but you know that moment if you've seen the show. That rocked my world. I was like, that is the coolest thing happening right now.
Now, I always like to bring it back to the sort of show you're in after we've had a little chat. So we've had some questions on here, and one of them that came up was, what's your favourite moment in Finding Neverland? Because it is full of some glorious moments, that show.
My favourite moment, it's still my favourite moment. It's the nurse, when they're in the nursery and they're doing the play in the nursery. We call it the play within the play. I love, as soon as Froman he's in front of the curtain, basically introducing, like, now it's opening night of Peter Pan, and the curtain goes up and we find we're in the kids' nursery and they're doing their stuff, and then the acting troupe comes in and does it. I think it's the best part of the show. I think it's a beautiful just piece of theater. Like, I think it's the best part of theater in many, many shows. I think it's very well written. The music is beautiful. The choreography is fantastic. And then it ends with, you know, the famous glitter tornado, and you have the Tinkerbell clapping for Tinkerbell. I remember in the first read through, as soon as we got to that moment and Tinkerbell was dying, and as soon as Mrs. de Maurier gets up and says, "I believe," that's when I broke. So I thought I was so like, I was like, okay, I'm cool, and I just broke. And I'm the only person in the show that's not on stage in that moment. So I get to watch it from off stage, and it's God, if I watch it, I am choked up at the end. Still.
Well, say hello to everybody at Neverland from all of us.
I will.
You have until August the 21st to watch Finding Neverland, everybody. So get down to the Lunt Fontaine Theatre, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night, Live at Fivers. Have a good evening.